Hello and welcome to another episode of Podfulness. Let's get started.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of Podfulness Season 2. As always, I'm your host, Mark Bernstein. This season, my guests have all been teenagers. And even though my guests are teens, that doesn't mean that this is a show for teenagers. My intent for Season 2 is to give adults the opportunity to learn more about today's teens, to find out what matters to them, how they consume media, the language that they use. And even though teens are welcome to watch and listen, my intention is really for this to be a show for parents and adults to learn more about Gen Z. And I have to tell you, I've really enjoyed this season. Even though teens lean towards the same apps like Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok, they are not the same. Just like adults, they have varied interests and they're paying attention to the world around them a lot more than I did at their age. And of course, they have the world at their fingertips, something that I did not have, but they are still paying attention. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this season so far, and I hope you've come to appreciate the generation of young people that are around us right now. I know I have. Are you ready for Podfulness? Let's get to it. Today, my guest is Emily. Emily lives on the West Coast. This is my first time meeting Emily, as that's the case with a lot of my guests. And I had so much fun, especially during the game part of the program. I just got the giggles. I don't know why. Her answers were terrific. They were wrong, but they were terrific. Sometimes I feel like maybe I create games that are way too hard for the guests on the show, but to me, that's what makes it fun. We talked about a lot of stuff. Emily has a boyfriend, so we talked about what it's like having a boyfriend in high school. It's kind of interesting, the stages of dating before someone becomes a boyfriend. There's the talking stage, which is the stage where you're actually not even talking. We talked a little bit about that, among other stuff. So you're going to really enjoy Emily. She is my guest. I thank you, as always, for tuning in to Podfulness. And let's get the show started. Let's bring on Emily. Emily, I'm so delighted to be talking to you. How are things?
I am just great. Things are great.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Before we started the podcast, I asked you if you've listened to any of the episodes, and you said
Yes, I've
you
listened
listened
to
all of them.
all the high of them. Yeah, all of them.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for that. So we had originally scheduled to talk just a week ago, but what happened? Why
Yes.
weren't we able to talk?
We had like a really bad ice storm and like power poles were like split in half and like my road was destroyed by a bunch of trees. So I didn't have any power or any service.
You sent me a photo. It looked like end of days. It was
It
kind
looked
of
like the
frightening.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Emily, tell me a little bit about yourself. You are a senior, right?
Yes, I'm
All right.
17. I'm a senior in high school and I play softball. And yeah, I guess that's kind of like the simple part of it.
Well, when you say I play softball, it takes up a lot of your time, right?
Yeah, I don't play like club. I just play for my school. And so like
Okay.
starting in February to like June, I'm like packed with practices and games and stuff. But right now I'm just working.
You're just where do you work? What kind of job do you have?
Work at Hobby Lobby. I'm a retail. I'm a cashier. That's
A
the best way to say it.
cashier. Is there a more
Yes.
technical, like retail associate or
Yeah, there's a
sales floor
fancier name.
correspondent? Or...
Yeah, that one's cooler.
I worked for Kroger in high school, and I was a bag boy, but we were called
Bag
utility clerks.
Oh,
Utility clerk. I was a
fancy.
bag boy, please.
Bag
So
boy.
with softball, how much time does that take up? Like, how many hours do you study a week compared to how many hours are you practicing softball a week?
So last year when I was a junior, I had like a full schedule. And so I was like 8 to 3 was school, and then 4 to like 6:30 was practice.
Okay.
And then I could go home and like study and stuff after that. So it takes
Right.
up, I mean, it takes up a lot of my after school time to like relax and stuff, but like I like softball, so it doesn't really like affect me that
Well,
much.
and you're being social and,
Yeah.
it's fun. So
Yeah.
I asked you on your questionnaire if you had any future plans. You were very specific.
Yes,
So
I
share
have a
that with
plan.
us. Yeah, what's your plan?
Okay. So I've always wanted to like help people, and I wanted to do like EMT or like be like I did search and rescue for a little bit. I
Hmm.
was a volunteer for like the youth search and rescue. And it was just a little too like gory for me. Like we had
Really?
to watch videos of like people like dying and I like that's not for me. So
Okay.
I, I wanted to do something that wasn't like bloody. And
Okay.
so
But
I
still
did
helping people and still in the
yes,
medical
yeah.
field.
Yeah. So I chose ultrasound tech and I applied to Oregon Tech because that's like one of the only schools in Oregon that like gives that full degree. And so
Okay.
I got in luckily and yeah, I'm gonna do my pre-medical imaging degree next no, this fall.
So
Yeah.
you want to stay put where you are, or do you think that maybe you'd like a job that takes you to a different part of the country where you haven't lived?
I think I want to go to Montana. My boyfriend and I have talked about wanting to go to Montana and they have some like okay, this is kind of hard to explain, but
Okay.
the school has like a externship and so there's an externship in Montana that I want to go to for my fourth year so I can see what it's like.
I would too. I'd love to visit
Yeah.
Montana. A lot
Yeah.
of people are eyeing Montana
Yeah,
and
it's so
Idaho.
pretty.
Yeah, it's growing in
Yeah.
popularity. So you mentioned boyfriend. This is something I
Yes.
want to talk to you about, Emily, because anytime I talk to teens about dating, it's weird. Like
Yeah.
dating doesn't really exist the way it existed for me.
Hmm.
That a lot of people say, well, we're in the talking stage. What's the talking stage? Let's talk about the talking stage first. What is that?
So a talking stage is like you're like not dating, but you're not nothing. So like it's awkward in the hallways. Like if you're in a talking stage and you walk past the person you're talking to, you like don't talk to them. Like I feel like if I have a talking stage, it's over the phone and that's it.
And
And
so
then
you don't even really look at each other in school. You'll just sort of pass each other. You won't sit
you'll
together at
just like
lunch.
you'll just like eye each other and it's just like awkward and then you'll
Hmm,
keep walking.
okay. So
Yeah.
that's the talking stage. Then what's after the talking stage?
After the
The
talking
actual
stage,
talking stage?
yeah, the
The talking
actual
in public stage?
yeah, you'll probably start to hang out and then they'll ask you to be their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and then you'll go from there.
It seems so sweet and really much more innocent than I thought it would be. You know, with social media, you think it would be accelerated, but it's not. So
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
have a boyfriend and he calls you a girlfriend, right?
yes,
So
yeah, we've been
it's a
dating for
real
a
thing.
year.
So everybody knows there's Emily and Emily's boyfriend, right?
Yes, yeah.
Are you to the stage where if you go someplace, they ask where your boyfriend is? Are you that tight
No,
together?
not really, because we don't live close to each other. We
Oh, what's the
he
distance?
lives he lives in Washington, so we're like 5 hours away from each other.
And is he in high school still?
Yeah, he's the same grade as me, senior.
So how does that work? That's got to be challenging.
It is definitely hard, but like it makes it worth it when you're able to see each other. We do visit each other probably like once a month, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
And
FaceTime. So
you FaceTime an awful lot,
yeah.
right? And is
Yeah.
he also into the same things you're into? Is he an athlete? Does he want to go into ultrasound technique?
Yeah.
Does he want to be an ultrasound
No,
tech?
he definitely doesn't want to do ultrasound tech, but he also is an athlete. He does track and field and cross country. He's a runner.
Okay.
And he wants to do civil engineering. I think he's been
Okay.
kind of like iffy on it, but he wants to just stay in town and not travel because traveling is so expensive. Like
Yeah,
going
of
to a different state for
course.
college is
Of
like
course.
four times the price.
I don't understand it. My son goes in state. I live in Indiana and he's at Purdue,
Hmm.
and it's significantly cheaper for him than his out of state friends. And I don't really understand
Right.
why.
I
You're sort
know.
of
I don't think
stuck
so
going
either.
living in the same state you've always lived in. Maybe it's a way to keep people and keep talent in state.
I know, but that doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you
I
wouldn't want, yeah. Sorry, go
I don't
ahead.
know. So, well, you'll just have to move to Montana and buy a little piece of land and start your own life and save all that
Yes,
money so
yes,
your child can go wherever he or she wants.
yes,
Okay.
definitely. Hopefully prices
So,
go down by then.
yeah, oh yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go in the other direction. No.
Probably not.
So you are an only child?
No, I have a younger brother.
Oh, you do? Okay. What year is he?
Yes. He's a sophomore, so he's almost 16.
Are you driving him to school?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that's very
am.
nice of you. And
Yes.
tell me a little bit about your parents because I asked you who some of your role models are, and you said your parents
Yeah.
without
Um,
hesitation.
yeah, my mom is a teacher. She's a kindergarten teacher, so she's very patient, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate that about her. And My dad is a public school director. So
Both in education. Okay.
yes, yeah, he just doesn't like the kid part of it. He's
Oh,
not very
lovely.
yeah. So my mom takes that part and then he takes the directing part, which but they're in different districts, so like they
Okay.
don't really like
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So your mom is a kindergarten teacher. Do you notice a shift in her voice and delivery when she's around her students than when she's around you? Like, does she go into kindergarten
Absolutely.
teacher character?
Yes, she does. She has like a little like softer voice
Uh-huh.
and it's just like kinder unless the kids are being like brats and then
Right.
she'll like get stern on them.
I remember substitute teaching once. I got out of college and I was having trouble finding work, and I substitute taught at the same grade school that I attended. And so here I am in the
Wow.
teachers' lounge with all of my former teachers, and they did not sound the same as I remember them. I saw them in
Really?
the hallways with the kids, and then when they're in the teachers' lounge, they're like complaining about certain kids,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, you
Lazy.
really are like scary adults
Yes. I bet that was
behind the scenes.
scary.
Talk to me about some of the challenges here. You are getting ready to graduate, but being a
Yes.
teenager, you always deal with insecurities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that such a challenge for you? You seem confident, you
Um,
seem fun, you seem upbeat.
thanks.
Yeah.
I think that like social media is like a really big part of like insecurities because like it displays like an image that people can't like reach, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know how to explain it, but like
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
like
I get it.
yeah, like the influencers and stuff. Like you want to be like them, but like it's not like the person's like fake. Like
Hmm.
there's so many apps that you can just make yourself look completely different and like
Oh, yeah.
filters and stuff. Yeah.
Right. I mean, even me right now, to a certain degree, in Zoom, you can change some of the filters. And I just
Hmm.
use it. I just use it just a little bit to soften it up for the lighting. But then
Yeah.
I noticed like I took away some of my wrinkles. I'm
I
not
know,
trying to
right?
deceive anybody, but it is there. And when you're on social media, and we'll get to that. I know you watch a lot of is it makeup tutorials or skincare and things like that?
Yeah, I like yeah, I follow some like skincare makeup accounts and stuff.
Yeah, I notice a lot of the girls, teenage girls that I've talked to on the show, they
Hmm.
watch those videos. And
Yeah.
does that affect how you feel about yourself, or does it make you feel better about yourself because you're learning little tricks?
I think it's like I think it would make you feel better. Like it makes me feel better because like, oh, like this is something cool that now I can try and I can just go buy it and try it. And if I like it, then cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know when they're being sponsored though? Do you feel like they're only pushing something because they're being sponsored by that company?
Yeah, you can tell when it's sponsored because it has like a little sponsored button. Like at least on TikTok, you can
Well, at
see
least they're
that.
being open about it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, we're going to move into a stream session a second here, but there's
Okay.
two things we need to do, right? Number one,
Okay.
you need to tell me about Will Ferrell and your love for him. You love all of his movies, right?
I love all of his movies, but this is funny. I think I can only name one movie he's in. Like this is really
What?
embarrassing. I love him, but like I don't pay attention to what movies he's in. I just watch them.
Okay, so you don't know the names of the movies, but you know you've seen
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen Old School? Oh, okay, that's the one where he
I'm
streaks
so
through
sorry.
campus, where he goes back to college, sort of. He lives on a house near college. Okay, did you watch Saturday Night Live? Are you familiar with his characters that
Yeah,
he's done?
I
Okay.
watch Saturday Night Live from time.
All right,
Yeah.
so if you're such a big fan, do you know how tall he is?
I could take a guess.
Okay, guess.
Wait, he's tall, tall though, right?
He's pretty tall.
How about 6'2"?
6'3". Do you know where
Oh,
he's
close.
from? He's from
Wisconsin.
Irvine, California. No, but I could see where you
Okay.
think Wisconsin. And do you know how many kids he has?
Two, three.
Three. Three. Okay,
Oh,
good. I was just
okay.
testing. I just did a little research before I came on. All right. So I might have a Will Ferrell related question for you a little bit later.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
During the game. But right
okay,
now, I want you to ask me anything as we
okay.
conclude the interview portion of this show. You now have a chance to
Yes,
ask me any question. And you know that we do this because you've listened to the episode, all the episodes.
yes.
All
So
right.
I did think about it.
All right,
And
Emily.
you went to college, right? Right?
I did attend college, yes.
Okay. So like what's your like best tip for studying? Like I've heard that you have to
Oh,
study so much in college. Like what's your best tip for like how you got your most work done?
oh man, Emily, I'm the wrong person to ask. I First, you need to know that I'm a good student, but not the greatest studier. So in high school, I
Okay.
studied in front of the TV. I would come home and I would sit downstairs and I would have reruns on the television, shows that you probably are
Hmm.
not familiar with, but like there's
Okay.
what's happening, there's good times, there's different strokes. I would be watching these shows as I did my homework. And I was not a very good reader, not a strong reader at all. Found no
That's
enjoyment
okay.
in it. So then when I got to college, the reading is overwhelming. It's a lot of reading, and teachers don't care about how much homework you have in other classes, right? They're just going to give you homework.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
fortunately for me, there were no distractions. I did not have a phone. So if I were to
True.
go to the library to study, then I didn't have anything but my studies with me.
Yeah.
I liked going someplace to study instead of staying at my house or my dorm. Too
Hmm.
many distractions in the dorm,
Yeah.
too many distractions in my off-campus house, right? So
Definitely.
finding a favorite spot in the library was important to me. I I got really good at mapping out my week and thinking,
Okay.
okay, this is what's due. I see a paper's due next week, and carving out time to work on that.
Yeah.
But then also building in breaks too, because
Yeah.
anytime you do
We need
anything
it.
nonstop, yeah. So
Yeah.
my big problem was just retention, reading pages over and over again, thinking, wait, what did I just read? And
Yeah.
I think if you're tired, it's really hard to study.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, I took a lot of good naps in the Jordan Library down
I
in
bet.
Bloomington, Indiana. So I don't know if that helps at all, but I think just finding a comfortable spot that you go to, that you have
Hmm.
to intentionally avoid distractions and
Okay.
just carve it out on your own. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know, did
I'll
that
take
help
that
at
into.
all? So, all
Yeah.
right. Well, this was fun. Let's move now and
Yes.
talk about how you're spending your digital life.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to talk about what you stream, but first I want to talk about what you read. So you wrote down a couple of books and authors that you enjoy. You like Delia Owens, Natasha Preston, The Cellar.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love how
that's
you
such a
look like, what
crazy
are you
book.
talking about, Mark? And then The Housemaid by Frida McFadden.
Yes.
What kind of genre? What are those books? Mysteries,
Okay. It's like
fiction?
it's like creepy, like mystery kind of,
Okay.
especially the housemaid book, and then the cellar is also really good. It's also like mystery, like I can't do super creepy because then I'll have like nightmares,
I
but
bet. Right.
I can do like kind of mystery things that I don't know, they're kind of like realistic like things. I don't
Do
know.
you like TV shows about unsolved murders, that sort of thing?
I like Unsolved Mysteries. I think that's a really good show. And my mom's a really big like crime junkie, so we like to listen to a lot of crime podcasts and stuff.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So you are listening to podcasts other than this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Yes.
That's great. So some of your favorite movies are what? Movies that you can watch over and over again.
Okay, my all-time favorite is Dumb and Dumber. Have you watched
Oh,
that movie?
yes, a long time ago. What are you talking about? The first one? Not Dumb and
I
Dumberer, or the most recent? Are you talking about the one with Jim Carrey?
I don't
Was
I really am not good with actors. Like
That's okay,
it's
Emily.
really bad.
But what is it about that movie that you like so much? It's very different from the kind of books you're reading.
It is. I don't know. I just love the part where he catches his pants on fire while he's trying to flirt with the girl at the gas station. I think
Oh,
that's my favorite part.
classic.
Yes. And they drive
That's
the dog truck.
I know that truck was pretty awesome. I There was a part of me that
Yeah.
thought I'd be okay driving that truck
I
around.
know.
Oh,
Like
so you like
same.
so that explains why you like Will Ferrell so much, because he
Yes.
could be
Is he in that
slapsticky.
movie?
No, he's not in that movie, but
Oh.
he'd be right at home in that movie. The thing I
Yeah.
love about Will Ferrell, well, you tell me, what do you love about him? And then I'll share what I love about him.
I just think he's so like funny and he doesn't even like try. Like he just
Yeah.
like blurts out the funniest things.
Yeah, he's outrageous. It's his fearlessness. Like he strikes me as someone who's not afraid at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched Eastbound and Down. That was on HBO. He was in that show.
I
It
don't know.
just, gosh, he just comes on. There's an intensity to him that you just don't know what he's going to do. I
Yeah.
love that you
I
love all
love
of his
Elf.
movies and you can't name one.
I know.
That's the
It's
most
really
amazing thing.
bad.
So okay, so movies, TV, you're on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
How many hours a day are you on TikTok?
That would be do you want me to check? Or just
Yeah,
want me
you
to
know
kind
what?
of average it?
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and check right now? You can do that on your
Okay.
phone. Right.
Yes,
So
I have like screen
as you
time.
check that out, when you're on TikTok though, during a session on TikTok, do you save videos that you like? You can like
Yeah.
videos, but can you save them and then you go back and rewatch them later?
Yeah, you can save them. I like to save funny ones and like show my family.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
And
trying to think.
okay, so the play-by-play is Emily is going on her phone right now to see how much time she
Yes.
spends just on TikTok alone.
Just on TikTok. I don't
We're not talking
know.
about Snapchat or Instagram.
Oh gosh, this
TikTok,
is embarrassing.
she's calculating. She's doing two-digit addition right now. Double
Okay,
digit.
well, recently I haven't spent any time because I have had no power. Okay, so last Saturday, 4 hours.
4 hours on just a
That's
random
actually
Saturday
so embarrassing.
on TikTok. So this is the struggle that I have with TikTok and Instagram is that you watch something and then immediately you're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
That you don't take time to process what you watch. So let's say it is a TikTok or someone's making a really valid point or it's something related to social justice. And then the next thing you know, you're watching something that's total cornball,
Yeah.
right? So do
Yeah.
you ever take time to think about what you just watched and
No, it just
process
kind of
it?
goes straight through my mind unless it's something that's important to me, but
Okay.
normally it's not. It's just
And
random stuff.
do you also do TikTok? I mean, do you post videos?
I post videos sometimes, like with me and my boyfriend or like me and my friends and stuff, but it's not like not my opinions or anything. Like,
But these videos, because Instagram, you're really trying to target your friends or whoever follows you, right? But
yeah.
TikTok, it could go out to anyone. So what's kind of video you would make with your boyfriend?
Well, I there's like these trends that go by and it's like
Right.
it's it's kind of hard to explain, but you just like kind of post a few pictures and it has some like words on it to a song and it's just like a cute post like
Okay.
for your boyfriend or
That
friends
the
or
kind of
whatever.
stuff. I mean, I remember seeing early because I'm not on it, but like people will point
Yeah.
up and then a text bubble will appear there, and then they'll point down here. Is it that sort of stuff or
Um, that's not what I'm making, but people do that because you can like edit when like the letters and words go
that's
on
right,
the
right.
screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your non-social media app is Pinterest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you use Pinterest?
I use it for like inspiration on a lot of my stuff. Like I've taken some like posters off Pinterest and printed them out, put them on my wall.
Okay.
And I have like future inspiration. So like I have like photos what I want my house to look like and like rooms and stuff for my future house and just like fun stuff like that.
Okay. So you're creating dream boards or dream walls
Yeah.
in your room.
Yeah, like yeah.
When you're done with a social media session, for whatever reason, you need to get water, you're dehydrated,
Yeah.
dehydrated or
Yeah.
hungry or whatever. Do you find that you feel the same before you started watching, or do you notice a shift in your mood?
I definitely feel like I notice a shift in my mood. Like in the mornings, if I like don't have anything to do, I'll just lay in bed and like scroll through TikTok for an hour or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I get up and I'm just like kind of groggy. Like I just feel like I didn't get enough sleep or something
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
And I definitely like if I get up early for school and stuff like that, I don't feel groggy because I'm not going on my phone for an hour before school.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Do you find it to be a bigger problem for any of your friends? Like, do you ever get worried about your friends because they're using social media too much?
Most of my friends are pretty good about it, but I do notice a lot of people in school just always have their phone just right in front of their face. Like,
Hmm.
even when they're talking to their friends, like it's just like their comfort zone or something,
Yeah.
and they just have it up, even though they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah. It's an appendage. It's totally attached to you.
Oh,
Ha-
yeah.
Have you ever had to say to one of your friends that you saw a post that they posted and you think maybe they should take that down? Or
Yeah.
do you ever feel
Like
embarrassed for your friends for things they post?
sometimes, yeah, because I probably shouldn't be saying this on podcast, but
Go for it.
I don't like some people just post TikToks that are just very opinionated and it's just like people are gonna make fun of you if you post stuff like that. Like you
Hmm.
can't just I don't know. It's hard to tell somebody that. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to tell somebody
Oh, I know it
that
is.
that's
Right.
wrong. Yeah.
They make it look so easy in the movies. like in movies and TV shows, people always have these really difficult conversations and it comes so easy, but in real life, it's not
I
that
know.
easy.
You
There
have the
is,
word sometimes.
I will sometimes look over my son's shoulder when he doesn't know it, very brief, and I'll see some of the things that people are posting, and I think, wow, like that's there forever. I can screen
Yeah.
capture that. I can share that with my friends, and
Yeah, there's definitely photos on Instagram that aren't appropriate for
right.
Instagram.
But as you're watching it, like you said, for beauty standards or whatever, this is what you're thinking you have to do to be liked, right? So you've got all these
Yeah,
influencers that are doing crazy things. But is that what we have to do to get attention, to feel accepted or to
I
feel
know.
popular? Is that what we have to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. Like, definitely in school and stuff, like, there's people that just make themselves look like, I don't know, but they just think that they're amazing
Mm.
and make everybody feel belittled. And I think my senior year, like, I've realized that that really does not matter anymore because I'm not going to see any of these people again after high school. And so I'm starting to like, I think I'm going to start deleting my social media
Okay.
and take a break because I feel like it's definitely affecting my mood and like
So
performance and stuff.
yeah, so my 20-year-old in college, he did that same thing.
Mhm.
And what happened was he had to reload it because that's the way most people communicate.
Mhm.
So even though he would prefer, just if he's working on a project, to have a texting group, they're going back and forth through Instagram or through Snapchat. And so he had to
Yeah,
reload those just to be able to connect with other people because that's how they communicate. But
definitely.
but he limits himself and it's helped him out. It
Good.
really has helped him
Yeah.
out to be able to be in control. What do you think the future of social media is? Do you think that if you were to create an app, what would that app be? What would it be,
Ooh.
its purpose? And would you have a
I
rule that
don't
said no
know.
trolls allowed?
No trolls allowed.
No trolls
Yeah,
allowed.
I probably would have that rule. I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool to have like an app where everybody like shares their favorites of everything. So like favorite beauty hacks, like favorite ways to do your hair, or favorite music, like how everybody kind
Favorite
of like
comfort foods, favorite everything.
yeah,
My
yeah, so you
favorite
could just
app.
kind of yeah, favorite app.
I think that's a good idea because sometimes there'll be posts, right? Of people will post their own lists. But I like the
Yeah.
idea if there could be a be real for favorites. So today, list your favorite whatevers.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
actually be cool. That's a
Let
good
me write
idea.
that down. I'm going to get that
Yeah, you
into
should make that.
development. Get some coders working for me
Yeah.
now. I have a question for you that I've always wondered about teens, and I don't know why I haven't just asked my son. I
Okay.
noticed that when my son is texting me, he uses punctuation and capital
Yeah.
letters, but with his friends, it's all lowercase. That he turns off his caps button, like he makes it so there are no capital letters. Is this what you do?
Yeah.
Is it all of why? Why is everything in lowercase?
I don't do that, but a lot of my friends do. I used to, and I don't know why, but I feel like it makes them think that it just looks cute and little.
Cute and little and more casual and less formal. Is that the idea?
I think so, like, just kind of like meh, just kind of like, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
definitely seems generational. Yeah. So, I mean, I can understand instead of writing Y-O-U-R, you're putting U-R, right? Or, you're making everything smaller or uh
Yes. Yeah.
away from keyboard, right?
Away from
AFK,
keyboard. Yeah,
writing stuff
AFK.
like that. But I've
Yeah.
never understood why everything is in lowercase, that you actually have to go into the settings on your phone and turn that function off that capitalizes
Yeah.
letters. But
Yeah.
you do it too.
It's strange. I mean, I used to do it, but I changed.
Oh, good for you. You're
Yeah.
growing. And so
Yes,
when
I am.
you are texting with your parents, though, would you go into a little bit more professional mode? And then with your friends, that's when you go to
Um,
lowercase mode?
I feel like I go less professional with my parents because they also don't care. Like, they don't mind if I use punctuation or not. So, like, I'll
Okay.
just say okay and then just leave it. Like,
Do you write
yeah,
K or okay?
K.
Yeah.
I write okay because K seems a little bit like angry. I feel like,
K. Right.
yeah, like, ugh.
Do you put TY or do you write thanks? What do you
I'd
put?
write thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
TY
right.
is just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't use that one.
Okay. God, I'm learning so
Yeah.
much about you. All right. So, Emily, we are going to shift now, and I'm going to play a game that I have created exclusively for you. Emily, what year were you born?
I was born 2006.
2006. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you questions that all of these events that I'm referring to have happened since 2006.
Okay.
So this game is called During Your Lifetime.
Okay, cool.
So it's basic trivia. I'm going to give you the year that something happened, and then you have to provide me with the answer, and then we'll go over the answers at the end to see if you're
Okay.
correct or not. Okay?
Sounds
Here's
good.
question number 1 for you, Emily. In June of 2007, who says it like that? In June 2007, the release of this culture-shifting piece of technology took place. It was part phone, part MP3 player, part internet browser. What was this item?
An iPod?
An iPod? Okay, I'm going to write that down. Question number 2. There's no need to be nervous. I'm treating this as if this is a serious exam. In 2022, Dr. William Powers of Farmington Hills, Michigan, has a record-setting pet. This pet holds the Guinness World Records for being the tallest what? With a height of 18.83 inches. This is a pet
Oh my.
that when it's standing on its back legs, it's 18.83 inches tall. What kind of?
Is it like a Great Dane dog?
A great Dane. We're going to write Great Dane down. Okay.
Oh, or a snake.
Or a snake. I like a
Can that be
snake
two?
better. I'd like to see a
Okay.
snake standing on its back legs. But I like that you wrote down.
I didn't realize. I forgot.
That's okay. All right, here we go. In 2019, this team won its first and only NBA championship by besting the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. Kawhi Leonard was named the MVP of the series. What NBA basketball team am I talking about?
Oh my gosh.
And you have to
I
guess.
have no idea.
Just guess any team.
I don't even. The Raiders? Wait.
The Raiders. Excellent. Nope. I like that.
A basketball team?
We'll find out.
Okay.
The NBA champion Raiders. Okay, here we
go. Wait, I know that's not right. Wait.
The Raiders are a football team.
Yeah, I think I know that.
They're in Las Vegas, but that's okay. We're going to stick with Raiders because that, believe it or not, is kind of close. Here we go. Okay. Number 4. In 2015, NASA scientists found evidence of what on Mars?
Civilization.
Oh, I love that answer. Civilization.
Wait, on Mars though? I don't think that's gonna work.
On Mars. No. Oh my gosh, Emily, this is so much fun. Number 5. In 2021, you're going to love this answer. I know you're not going to get it, but you're going to love it. The Texas Department of Public Safety made Texans stop and stare at their phones in January of 2021 after accidentally sending out an Amber Alert for who? So you know what an Amber Alert is? When a child is missing or can't be found, they send out an Amber Alert. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is an imaginary character from the movies. Okay. But they sent out an Amber Alert for who?
Donald Duck?
Donald Duck. All right. That's actually not a bad guess. Number 6, Emily. In 2011, an actual study was done on TV remote controls. Scientists reported that if you've lost your TV remote, there's a 49% chance it's here. Where would that be?
In your couch?
In your couch? Okay. Excellent guess. Number 7, in 2018, Prince William and Kate, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, welcomed their 3rd child. Can you name that 3rd child?
Yeah. Rose.
Rose. Okay. I love the confidence. And number 8, here we go. In 2016, you were 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chances are you saw this movie. The most popular movie in America was Rogue One that year, a Star Wars story. It made 532 million in the box office, just here in the States. Second
right.
place, making $486 million, was an animated sequel that took place in the ocean and centered around a sea creature with a short memory.
Dory.
Dory, can you be more
Or
specific?
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. Okay.
Or it's Finding Nemo. It's one of the two.
Nope. Stick with Finding Dory.
Okay,
Okay.
Finding Dory.
And finally, question number 9. This is your bonus question. In
Okay.
Anchorman,
Oh my
okay,
God.
Ron Burgundy, played by Will Ferrell, has a pet dog. What is the dog's name? Oh, come on, Emma.
Oh my gosh.
And for double bonus, can you name the dog actor that played that dog in the movie? You know how dogs in movies always have a different name in real life than they do in movie life?
I didn't know
So,
that, but I guess I
yeah.
do now. Um,
So what was Ron Burgundy's dog's name?
Rod.
Rod. I like that. Ron and Rod. Buddies for life. Okay. We're going to go back to question number 1. Are you ready? I asked you in
Yeah.
June of 2007, what was the release of the culture shifting piece of technology? It was the iPhone. You said
Oh.
iPod, but I'm going to give it to you anyway, because that
Okay,
iPhone still
okay.
worked as an iPod. So excellent job.
Yeah.
Very
Okay,
good.
thanks.
Then 2022, William Powers had a record setting pet, still has that pet. At a height of 18.83 inches, you said a Great Dane, but then you changed your mind and thought maybe a snake would be a better answer.
I don't think it's a snake.
It's not a snake, and it's not a Great Dane either. Trust me, a Great Dane is a lot taller than
Yeah.
18.83 inches. A domesticated cat. The cat's name is Fenrir, and you're thinking 18 inches doesn't sound real
Oh.
tall. Wait till you see a picture of this animal. I will send it to you when this podcast is over.
Okay, great.
It looks like he's got a tiger for a pet.
Is it like
Okay.
a Maine Coon?
What,
It's a Maine
what is
Coon.
that?
A Maine Coon's like a giant cat.
I don't think it's a Maine Coon. I mean, it's definitely looks like a domesticated cat, but just that like ate way too much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and plays basketball.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The team that won the NBA championship in 2019 was not the Raiders. It was the Raptors. The Toronto Raptors. So I feel like I should give it to you, but I'm not going to, because Raiders are a totally different sport. Okay.
Yeah.
In 2015, NASA scientists found evidence on Mars that found what on Mars? And the answer is traces of water, flowing water. They say they discovered stains from summertime flows down cliffs and crater walls that indicate there's a chance of life on the red planet. But you
Wow.
said civilization. But you know what? If there's a chance of life, even if it's small little cells, they have their own
Yeah.
little civilization. So
Yeah.
you are going to get credit for
There
that
we go.
answer.
2 points.
It's very good. And we're playing for no prize, by the way, just for fun.
Oh,
Okay.
dang it.
This is the best answer right here. In 2021, the Texas Department of Safety sent out an announcement, an Amber Alert for what character? You said Donald Duck, which was a great answer. It's incorrect. The answer was Chucky from Child's Play movies.
Oh, that's a creepy movie.
That's creepy. So they it's a creepy movie. So they sent out on January 29th, 2021, they sent out a message that said Chucky was last seen wearing blue denim overalls with multicolored striped long sleeve shirt, wielding a huge kitchen knife. So they said that it was they accidentally sent that alert out. It was just a test. The IT department didn't mean for it to go out to everyone. So I'm sure that person was let go, but that's really a crazy Amber Alert. All right.
That's rough.
And yes, it is rough. In 2011, an actual study was done about what happens when you lose your remote control, and there's a 49% chance that it is wedged between your couch cushions. So you get that one right. Very good.
Yes.
This is 3 correct, 3 incorrect so far. So now we're going to go across the pond. Prince William and Kate, by the way, I know nothing about the royal family. I obviously had to look this one up. They have 3 children. You said, I said name the third. You said Rose. Beautiful name. It's Louis. Louis joined Charlotte and George. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the 3
I should have
kids.
assumed that.
Well,
Louis is a very
sure
royal name.
Yeah, Louis, but so is Rose. Rose is kind of royal.
Yeah.
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 All right, here we go. I got a good feeling about this next one. The most popular movie in America in 2016 was Rogue One. Second one was Finding Dory. You got it right.
I got it.
Finding Dory. So look at this. 4 correct, 4 incorrect. There's the final bonus question, which will determine if you are a winner or a loser on today's game.
I think I'm going to be a loser.
I think you might be. Ron Burgundy's pet dog, his name is not Rod. It's Baxter. Baxter was his dog's name. And Baxter was played by the dog named Peanut. Oh, Emily.
Oh, Peanut.
little Peanut played Baxter. Oh, I saw you yawn right there. I feel bad. I just bored you with the name Peanut and Baxter talking about imaginary dogs.
It's fine. I'm just kidding.
This may have been the most I've laughed during a game ever. You were a great participant. Thank you, Emily. Is there anything else you want to share before we wrap up this podcast?
I don't think so. I think we covered all of it. I think I learned a lot of new facts today. So.
I think we've learned a lot of new facts, and I know you're going to share this with your parents. So thank you for coming on the show. We had to reschedule. I hope that winter treats you better now. I hope that the bad stuff is in the rear view. And for all of you listening and watching, thank you for being a part of Podfulness. I think this was the 9th episode of the season. Who knows? Who knows how many more we have in us? Yeah. Maybe we'll bring you back to play another game. What do you think?
Yes, you should. Okay. I think that's good.
Thank you, Emily. And thank you, everyone. We will see you next time on another episode of
Podfulness.